Hello. Yeah, Neeti, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hi, Neeti, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Where are you now? In Dehradun, Rishikesh, or are you in Delhi? Or
Yes, sir. I'm in Gurgaon.
all right, okay.
Yes, sir.
So neither in wonderful. Well, congratulations on where you have arrived so far.
Thank you,
Which
sir.
is that I just wanted to know, when is your interview? Any
Sir,
date?
it's on 8th of March.
Oh, 8th of March. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you have about 3 weeks to go.
Yes, sir.
Good. And this is not your first interview. I saw that in 2001 also you appeared for the interview.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, how was that experience?
Sir, it was fine. I got 168 marks. I could have done better. But sir, overall, it was good experience.
Good experience, not good marks.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It should have been probably very good experience and excellent marks.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So what went wrong? Let's hear from you.
Uh, Sir, firstly, I believe that I could have done better in terms of expressing the keywords. Sir, secondly, maybe I could answer few of the questions with conviction.
Keywords, okay.
Yes.
And lack of conviction, you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what do you want from me?
Uh, Sir, there are some of my
What have
doubts.
they told about me? Let me put it a little different.
Uh, Sir, actually, last time I gave a panel interview with KingMakers, so I felt that experience good. So that's why
Who was in that panel?
uh, sir, I'm not able to recall, but it was a good experience and very.
I wasn't there.
Sir, I think that you were there.
I think your face looks kind of familiar to me.
Yes, sir. Sir, I believe that you were there.
Okay. So let me now tell you, this is not an interview. It's too late, and I would not recommend that you do any interviews,
Okay,
mock
sir.
interviews going forward between now and the 8th of March. What you now have to just do is you have to prepare the strategy on how you'll spend and go and celebrate 35 minutes of your time on the 8th of March 2024. It's as simple as that.
Yes, sir.
So, in which case you probably do know something about me. My name is Vivek Harinarayan. I'm from the 1979-80 batch of IAS. And at a personal level, why I'm into this business of coaching is because in my own interview, I got about 215 out of 250, which
Okay.
roughly translates to about, if you were to get something like 238, 240 out of 275.
Yes, sir.
Which is very good. I mean, which is excellent, I think. And
Yes, sir.
more than that, last couple of years, I have been able to coach children who have either topped or all got above 180. Especially those who had, even like in the first interview, got 130, 140. But they've catapulted themselves into a league of 180, 200 plus. But believe me, again, very clearly speaking, Neeti, you have to do it. I mean, I'll just be able to kind of mentor you, coach you on something, but the performance is yours, the applause is yours, the celebration is yours, the success
Yes.
is yours. Having said that, I think I need to get some fundamentals out of your mind. First of all, when I asked you, you said, keywords. Keywords is good. I didn't use certain keywords. But then you said I didn't answer the questions with conviction. So I think the first thing you need to get out of the mind is that it's not a Q&A.
Yes, sir.
You are not there to answer questions. You are there to have a conversation on about 12 or 13, probably, what your way. And conversational triggers, as I said, could be in the form of a question, a straightforward question. It could be in the form of a quotation from a book and you're asked to expand. It could be, you're asked to throw your views on a situation which is happening in the world. You're a subject or student of sociology, some sociological inventions which have happened or some sociological discovery. And what do you think about it? And how do you think this will impact civilization or society, which is what you've studied in sociology. It could be any form. So I call them conversational triggers. So please get this question thing out of your mind first thing first. I am not, in fact, right on your fridge or whatever, place that you go to, the mirror on your dressing room, that I am not answer questions. Number
Okay.
one. Number two, what the second thing is that it's not entirely a test of your knowledge.
Yes, sir.
It's a test. Can you just tilt the camera a little down, because I'm seeing like just they are perfect.
Yes.
So it's not a test of your knowledge. Your knowledge has already been tested. Now I know the conversation language which you have done for the interviews English, but since both of us are from the same state, at least was the same state, Uttar Pradesh, I'll make it easy for you. So I'll keep mixing हिंदी और अंग्रेजी को मिला जुला कर बात करूँ, because मेरा सिर्फ प्रयत्न यहाँ पे ये है कि आपको 200 नंबर से ज्यादा मिले.
Yes, sir.
So the first, as I said, it's not a Q&A. Number two, it's not a test of your ज्ञान. तो वहां पे मतलब ये keywords भी ठीक है, but it has to be used in the context of revelation of how much you are able to reflect your personality, that you are fit for a civil servant. Not
Yes,
just
sir.
ज्ञान, not just ज्ञान. ज्ञान की जब बातें होती, जब when you try to express your ज्ञान, you are kind of giving too much information, too much stuck on keywords, stuff like that. Conversation hai, which is a personality, a personality. I said a civil servant, you have a physical personality. You obviously have a emotional personality. You have a intelligence kind of aspect of your personality, and there's a
Yes.
spiritual. How balanced are you? Personality, and all that things combined together make you what is called a civil service personality.
Yes.
Now you have to prepare your conversation in such a way, Neeti, that at all point you have to consciously, from now till say the 6th or 7th of March, practice that which aspect of my personality which I'll be able to reveal, which say that, okay, yeah, this girl is fit for civil services.
Yes, sir.
And it need not necessarily be only Gyan. Gyan is the invisible foundation on which all your conversations will happen. Just as two other very important things, which is again, which you must note down. One is respect, the other is honesty. At every stage of your conversation, you have to reveal that I'm respectful and I'm honest.
Yes, sir.
मतलब मैं झूठ नहीं बोलती, नकलीपन मुझ में कुछ भी नहीं. There's no नकलीपन in me at all. So start off again. Then the time available to you is 30 minutes. You don't get a second chance to make the first impression. You have to make a top class first impression, because I may have said it before, 50 to 60% of the bracketization of the marks that you will fall in is determined within the first 7-8 minutes of the conversation.
Yes,
Very
sir.
important point. And on that basis, the conversations happen for 15 to 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, or 25 minutes plus.
Yes,
If they
sir.
are going longer, 25, 27, 28, 30 minutes, means it's good conversation happening. You're obviously crossing the 180 bracket.
Yes, sir.
The 150 and is 18, 17 minutes. ठीक है, चलो, thank you so much, interview is over. वो भी भागता है, आप भी भागते हो, खत्म होता है interview. If you are anywhere between less 23 minutes, maybe you are in that 160, 180. I don't know how much time it took for you for the last interview, but I would reckon it will be less than 25 minutes, about 20.
Yes, sir. Sir, about 25 minutes it was.
मैंने बताया less than 25, 22 मिनट.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bracketization नहीं होता है. 25 मिनट के ऊपर गया तो मतलब फिर हाँ, 170, 180, 200 का खेल हो रहा है.
Yes, sir.
वो तभी हो सकता है जब आप कॉन्वर्सेशन करो. अगर हाँ ना में जवाब दोगी तो कैसे होगा?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So first, let's say, get into the first fact that, and again, very honestly speaking, the first 7-8 minutes, 9 out of 10, if some freak things that happen, we can never stop that. 9 out of 10, the conversation is happening around your DAF.
Yes, sir.
कहाँ की हो, ऋषिकेश की हो, क्या है उसका नाम, ऋषिकेश क्यों रखा, क्या उत्तराखंड की हो, problems of ऋषिकेश क्यों है, क्या. I will come into some possible questions that can arise from the data that is reflecting or shining forth from your DAF. Because that's all that they have about you. All
Yes,
they
sir.
have is this piece of paper and a mugshot.
Yes, sir.
So it'll be around that. So obviously then all possible questions on DAF And there, my keyword is already there. I'm sure you noted it before. If you want to note it now, every data in your DAF has the capacity to become a conversation trigger.
Yes, sir.
Every data, including your date of birth.
Yes, yes, sir.
Date of birth, address, माता पिता का नाम, industry में है, business में है, self-employed है, anything. But it's obviously these are the first 5 to 6 minutes, of which at least a majority would be taken off by the chairperson, and he'll be trying to make you comfortable. Want to make you comfortable. आराम से आओ, बैठ लो, settle करो, फिर अब बातचीत करें.
Yes, sir.
So, first impression is important. Data, full analysis of the data is important. Cool, collected atmosphere is important. Respect and honesty become very important. And the most important aspect, as I said, is that you should, in those 5 to 7 minutes, be able to ignite their minds, as Kalam Sahab would have said, that this girl is worth talking to, because revelations of civil service personality will happen. Otherwise, they have a job to do. I mean, and they have to do 7 to 10, 8 kids a day, and most of them are there for a week, except for the chairpersons and some of the regular ones.
Yes, sir.
आते हैं, जाते हैं और मतलब करते हैं, निकालो. So now, how do I do that? That's the important part. How do I grab their attention, grab their minds, grab their full focus onto me in the first 7 to 8 minutes? So obviously, the first thing is dress. When you enter, your interview obviously starts the moment you enter into the room, and you greet them. So it becomes very important as to how do you enter into the room and how do you greet them and what are you wearing. So let's
Yes.
hear that. What are you wearing?
Sir, sari. Sir, sari having borders of uh, Worli paintings.
Wear something colorful.
Okay, sir.
I mean, don't wear those ward boy and ward lady kind of saris or sisters of charity kind of saris. Sir, I'm wearing a plain biscuit colored sari with a dark brown border or a light green with dark green border. See, please see it from their perspective.
Yes, sir.
And whoever has given you this nonsense about, that you must look simple and you must look plain. And I keep telling people also that, if take mustache is mustache होता है. मैं सबसे कहता मैं अभी अपनी मुझे उतार दूंगा अगर कोई भी मुझे उधर साइड पे कोई लेडी ऐसी बैठी मिल जाए जैसी साड़ी पहने, मतलब बिल्कुल लगा कि सिस्टर्स ऑफ चैरिटी के सीधे संस्थान से मतलब निकल के आप बाहर आ गए. All of them are dressed very well, appropriate to the weather, appropriate to the season. So obviously most interviews happen during the day.
Yes, sir.
So wear colors which are acceptable during the day, which is light biscuit and stuff like that. Please wear a lovely sari with a border, and please wear a lovely blouse, which is again colorful. 8th of March may be cold, so be prepared. This time the weather has been very erratic, and it could be that you might need a light sweater or a half sleeve sweater.
Yes.
So what you're wearing is actually more than your dress. What you're wearing, what you will be wearing, is you'll be wearing confidence.
Yes.
You'll be wearing your smile, and you'll be wearing Neeti Agrawal.
Yes, sir.
वो तीनों चीजों को क्या तुम्हारा ड्रेस रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा है कि नहीं? Is it out of league with you? I mean, normally I would not even look at this bloody dress, even if I was point of death. Don't wear such kind of a dress. Wear a dress which is you. If it is possible to wear a dress which is also reflective of the pride that you have in your state.
Yes.
ऋषिकेश, देहरादून, वहां के कोई प्रिंट हो या वहां का कोई काम हो या वहां का कोई ट्रैवल वर्क हो. Fabulous, because many a times I have in fact told girls, and it has succeeded very effectively, is that your dress should actually be your first conversational point.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Neeti, come inside. And that's a very lovely sari that you're wearing. Where is it from? Can you tell us something about it? Pehla conversation trigger. I'm wearing this sari, which is from the state which I come, which I love. And this has been done by the so-and-so of so-and-so. And this is my way of saying thank you to them and supporting them. Now, why I'm saying that, my way of saying thank you to them and supporting them is because in every conversation, you must leave what I call is a conversational earthworm. Earthworms are what you fix at the end of your fishing rod when you go fishing, and when you drop the fishing rod in the water, the earthworm keeps shaking.
Yes, sir.
So the fish comes and catches it. Now, it's actually not the fish which catches the earthworm, it's actually the fish that gets caught.
Yes, sir.
So I want you to leave. So something like that. And that's why, I mean, I'm wearing them by saying that I'm proud of you, I respect you, and I would like to support you. Why would you want to support them? What's the problem? Yeah, what's the problem of weavers? So you have to drop these things. And
Yes.
they should be dropped in such a subtle manner that they think they're trying to catch you, but actually you'll be catching them, because the answer to that also you prepared so well that you know कि उनको मैं चित कर दूंगी.
Yes, sir.
So now, so where think of a dress which is, as I said, appropriate to this, but three things. Another very important thing which you'll have. Now, again, Niti, it might sound very simple, but there are many ways to greet people. And I would earnestly request you that you please practice by looking into the mirror. Take a mirror away from you, come inside the room, look at it and say, it could be just good morning, sir, good morning, sir, or good morning, which is a blend of, as I said, respect, honesty, confidence, civil service, character, and niti.
Yes, sir.
उसको आप practice कीजिए, and that is what you have to practice to a point that it becomes second nature. I mean, maybe after this interview, whenever you will go and meet everybody, it'll always be that, hi, everyone. You're addressing a group of students, you're addressing a group of officers. It'll be part of you that when you enter, the sunshine walks in.
Yes, sir. Getting some.
So आप उसको practice करें. And it ये नहीं कि उसमें sober होना चाहिए, हंसना मना है, यहाँ थूकना मना है, ऐसा वो ना, कुछ नहीं, बिल्कुल आराम से. Practice that, and you have to hold it. And as I said again, even only when you are within a comfortable distance of them, you should greet them. It's not that you enter into the room. Sometimes the walk will be longer, shorter. If it's such that you feel that the moment I've entered, I'm within speaking distance of these people, then please greet them. No need for individual greetings. I'm sure people are told. It's just one according to gender. Gender, lady first, men second. So then you go on with that, and then that's it. You settle down. Now, when you're settling down again, please recollect that you have to sit in that position for about 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So be comfortable. और comfort का मैंने भी last time भी शायद आपको बताया होगा, that make sure that the alignment of your spine and the alignment of the back of the chair is constant. So you
Yes.
feel कि कोई मेरे पीछे है. But having sat, then you sit down and just you go down and sit down comfortably, but then move a little in front. Little in front. So yeah, the upper half of your torso moves up a little in front. Three things very clearly being reflected. A, obviously respect. Number two, I'm shortening the hearing distance between us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thirdly, because I don't want that I miss out on anything that you are saying. And most importantly, you guys should not miss out on anything that I am saying.
Yes, sir.
अब आप बैठ गई. Hands also, I mean, I somehow prefer when you keep your hands just, closed in front of you rather than on your knees, because the knees kind of look very, well structured, prepared interview kind of style. कि भाई हाथ नहीं तो यूं ही रखा हुआ है. Now, my only point, Titi, is very simple. If heart keeping on your knees is neat, do it.
Yes.
If it's not, don't do it.
Yes, sir.
I prefer this position, which is a hand is closed in front of you respectfully, because I want them to use it. Use it and bring it back. I don't want that, knees पे क्या होता है, knees से यूं उठाया फिर knees पे रखा. It looks kind of very, robotic, if I may call it to some extent. I want, because again, what did I say? I said it's not a Q&A. You are there to have a
Conversation.
conversation.
Yes.
And conversation is not with your mouth.
Yes.
Conversation is with your entire body.
Yes, sir.
Your eyes speak, your emotions speak, your hands speak. Somewhere you are emotionally happy about it, it reflects. Something you feel regretfully speak when your eyes close down. So it's your whole body, mind, and soul which is into a conversation, and not just a AI generated, movement of the lips. So keep your hands, use your hands in a manner which is you.
Yes, sir.
Now, having said that, another obvious, I think I must have told you earlier, so I don't want to spend much time on it. Eye contact. Eye contact is something that you establish the moment you enter into the room. You lose it only when you get out of the room. So, an eye contact philosophy is that 100% eye contact with the person who is giving you the conversational trigger. In your conversation back, your eye contact will be about 70 to 75% with the person who provided you the trigger. The
Yes.
balance 20, 25, 30, depending on how the kind of response from others is, it
Yes.
could go up to even 30%, would be other members of the panel. Because again, you are at every point very clearly demonstrating that
Mm.
it's a series of dialogues, like dialogue 1, dialogue 2, dialogue 3, dialogue 4. It's a conversation. The trigger can come from anyone, and I'll look at that person and answer most of it. In between, I'll also look into the eyes and catch up with all of you to say that, look, I hope you're enjoying the conversation. Are you with me? And I hope you're not dozing off. And I hope you're not sleeping off. So that is the principle which has to be established, that I am here for a conversation and I shall have a conversation.
Yes.
अब यहाँ तक आ गए, and as I said, two aspects of your respect and honesty. Respect in your conversation, respect in the way you walk in, respect in the way you greet them, respect and honesty in the way you sit down. Then now, so what has happened is that they have till now only judged you on the certain focal aspect. आंख से देखा भाई लड़की है, and I called it by 3 by 3 judgment, which is when you walk in at 3 meters away and then you walk it to about 3 feet close and you sit down 3 feet front. So the 3 by 3 feet focal, उसमें ही एक रंग जमा दो. And then you sit down. And now the focal stops and the vocal begins. So you open your mouth.
Yes.
4 things which you have to practice. One is the tone, the tenor, the volume, and the speed of your conversation. I may have said it before, I'll repeat it. It makes immense sense that you are speaking at the right tone, because respect and honesty.
Yes, sir.
You're speaking in the right tenor. Try and get into a deeper bass of voice rather than a very high shrill voice. Shrill, higher voice looks, sounds more anxious, maybe not convinced of the person. A more determined, definite, confident himself, sure of the facts, assured, you are slightly baser in your voice. And I'm jumpy, excited, and therefore, I speak to you like this. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And I give the classic. The man has nothing. I mean, he's tall, he's lopsided. One of his shoulders up, one is down. There's nothing to him, but what a voice. But everybody listens to him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right, sir.
So you have to practice your voice. You have to also practice your throw, that the volume is just right. It's not too loud, it's not too mellow. And so there's this question of, can you repeat yourself? We didn't hear you, should not happen.
Yes, sir.
And the speed also should be such that it's not too fast that they're not able to, catch hold of what you're trying to say. And it shouldn't be slow that they start feeling asleep and get bored. It makes immense sense because the time available to you is definite.
Yes, sir.
Anywhere between 25 to 30 minutes. Now, how many words per minute can you pack up so that it's just right? That's the amount of keywords and all the things that will come out, that you get the opportunity to speak. If it's too spare, then obviously the words per minute become less. So pack it with the right kind of words per minute. Now that's again something that you have to say. Practice that and you can get it. Now you've sat down, this thing. Any doubts up to this point?
Sir, if the chairperson is male member and there is one lady member, so can we first greet the chairperson, then lady member, and then okay, sir.
Not necessarily. You can still, because obviously when you sit down, the first person you look at is the chairperson.
Yes, sir.
And the first conversation trigger will come to you from the chairperson.
Yes, sir.
So, and this is just like it's not something that you have to practice that you can. It's like a part of you. I to a room and, instead of friends, instead of hi friends, you're saying that, good morning, ma'am, good morning, sirs. And you're kind of greeting each one in their eyes and, just looking around, and then you sit. And it's while you're walking. It's not like while you're walking, then stand, stop. It's you get into the room. As I said, when you feel that the conversational distance between you and the rest of the panel is appropriate, that's when your greeting should come out in a nice kind of way.
Yes, sir.
And then you go and sit down, aram se baith jao. But so, as I said, it's always the ladies first, preferably,
Okay, sir.
and the gents later. Any other doubt?
No, sir. Fine.
Okay. So remember, now the conversations begin and we look into your DAF. Okay, I did tell you very clearly that it's not a test of your knowledge.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know is a damn good answer.
Oh.
Nahi malum.
Sir, can you please repeat?
So I don't know is a damn good answer.
Okay, sir.
You don't have to know. It's what you know about with respect and honesty, integrity to the civil services characteristics. That is more important rather than fumbling about which you don't know. So words that it's best to say, so words that border on I don't know, I'm not sure, is when you use words like truthfully speaking, actually speaking, factually speaking, correctly speaking. No need. All your answers will be actual, factual, correct, believable, and truth. So there's don't say truthfully speaking, uh, believe me when I say this, or none of those words. Very clearly. The other thing, as I said, is that if there is something about which they're asking you about which you know nothing, or you know very vaguely, please take time to think and answer. I don't know as an abrupt, straightforward answer could border on the negative as far as respect is concerned.
Okay, sir.
It might not sound respectful, though it may be honest, but might not sound respectful. So respect and honesty would mean, it's a, something like, it's a very important aspect or important point that you mentioned, sir, but can I think about it for a few minutes before I answer? They surely will try. So when you think, you can take your eyes off.
Yes.
That's the only time your eye contact can be lost. But after having thought, if nothing comes to your mind, be honest about it and say that I did try and think, but for the moment, our conversation completely eludes me as far as this is concerned. So for the present, my answer is I don't know.
Okay, sir.
बिल्कुल साफ ताकि इसके आगे फिर आप मत चलो.
Yes, sir.
So obviously, then what are the things again which you don't do? Can I hazard a guess? Can I partially tell something? Can I say something I may know about? They are not interested in that. Either you know, because they are there to talk to you and judge you about what you know.
Yes, sir.
And so, therefore, Neeti, please don't be terrified or get tongue-tied if 2 or 3 I don't knows happen in a row.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
I have known of I don't know twice in a row. One skip, one again. 189. But it's an honest, I don't know.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm not, I mean, you're 5 on the other side, me alone. Whatever, 25, 30 years of life. You guys have, 16 to 5, 3 of experience. So there are many things you know.
Yes, sir.
It's about what you know. Now, obviously, you can't say I don't know anything about Rishikesh.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So if it's something tangential to the point that you don't know, you don't know. Simple. So let's now look at your DAF and see what is it that you're expected to know. You are wearing glasses in your DAF form, but you're not wearing it now.
Sir, actually, I got LASIK 2 years ago. So
which means that photograph is more than 2 years old.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Didn't it say it should be a latest photograph?
Sir, actually, while filling the DAF, there was no such instruction. But while going for the interview and the medical
So
board.
I would not. So you have dropped a conversational earthworm, which could kill you by saying 2 years ago. If you just stop at saying that, I just recently got LASIK surgery done.
Okay, sir. Yes,
अब
sir.
आपको समझ में आया?
Yes. Yes,
The
sir.
moment you say 2 years, you're dropping a conversational trigger.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's look at it. You have a very, very bright and shining. They'll have a lot of expectations from you. You have a very bright and shining picture there. Neeti Agrawal. Okay. Let me look at that one also. That one talks about your date of birth and all that. Just 1 second. So you're born, the date of birth is important. It's 4. Is how is it significant? And are you aware of any other people that date? Is it some international day of something else? I mean, prepare for it in case it comes, and
Yes.
that's something. Then Rishikesh obviously become very important.
Yes.
Uttarakhand was bifurcated from a state on the creation of state, uh, creation of smaller geographical administrative entities, whether at the state level or district level, a lot of divisions are taking place. Something like that initial conversation point. And it's only, remember, they're trying to just kind of settle you in, and it's not like they're expecting a bhashana from you in terms of constitutional fundamental rights and, none of those things. So let's go down and we see Dehradun is there, important. Dehradun, Uttarakhand, all important. Dehradun, Uttarakhand also, you will need to prepare about all the geological issues that are happening, all the sociological issues that are happening in and around Dehradun and Rishikesh and Uttarakhand in particular.
Yes, sir.
And then we move down and we see that your parents, you've done sociology, your father, Sanjay, did do business, industry. You've done bachelor's in physiotherapy, BPT.
Yes, sir.
And so there could be questions of that. And it could be, I think there could be a question of that. I don't know whether earlier they have asked you whenever you've gone for mock interview, but I would definitely, ask you that how about physical, have they, I don't know, I would ask, if I was on the channel, definitely ask you about physiotherapy.
Yes, sir. Sir, in real interview, the chairperson asked the
In the
reason.
real interview or in the mock?
Sir, in the real interview.
Okay.
Sir, the reason for the shift from a specialist service to generalist one. And sir, one of the members, they asked about the bionic arm.
Okay. So as I said, I mean, as I would stare at it, of course, in the first 5 minutes, I wouldn't ask a serious question. I would probably ask that, all of us suffer from back pain. How do you think physiotherapy can help alleviate pain and suffering in an old person?
Yes, yes, sir.
Because these are again bionic arm and all. It's okay, fine, but you prepare. Be prepared for
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
what is physiotherapy and how do you think it helps? What's the principles of,
Yes.
and father of all things, and is there a link between Ayurveda and Siddha and which also believes in massage? How is it different from, let's say, the study of MBBS anatomy? I mean, when you do BPT, is it some things on that? And so be prepared for. But again, remember, this is a time when they're just wanting you to settle down and they want to kind of have a light-hearted, good conversation where you're able to talk to them about it. But this is something on which I would definitely prepare if I was
Yes.
in your place in terms of Bachelor of Physiotherapy. And of course, sometimes people ask that you did in 2016, and from then on, what have you been doing? So be prepared for those kind of embarrassing questions. Normally, I don't ask those kind of questions ever. But you said you're economically weaker section, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what do your parents do? I mean,
So my father is a businessman and mother is a homemaker.
so what's the threshold for economically weaker section? I mean, please educate me.
Sir, income criteria below 8 lakh rupees, and uh, a family should not own.
Land rent का भी होता है, हाँ.
Yes,
From
sir.
land also, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your father doesn't earn more than 8 lakhs a month per annum?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. What business does he do that?
Sir, we sell tea leaves.
Okay. But from Dehradun itself, or you do trade it from bringing from Assam or
Sir,
Nilgiris or some other place?
uh, sir, he procures it from the Assam tea gardens, and then we on our own do the blending and mixing of various kinds of teas and for getting the required color, taste.
No, I'm Assam authority. So,
Okay, sir. Okay.
so you don't have to tell me about CTC blending and
Sir.
all that I know very well.
Yes, sir.
So that you may, if the question diverts off into what kind of industry your father does this thing, then you should prepare all about tea also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And what is a blend? What's a good blend? And so I mean, and as I said, please prepare original answer that these are all, it's a matter of, I mean, there are no, uh, my personal thing is that there's nothing like a one fit all solution as far as tea is concerned.
Yes.
Each one has their own requirement of why he's consuming tea. It all depends on why the consumer is seeking tea. So if it's one
Yes.
of those kadak kind of chai person, then you obviously kind of put more CTC into it because that's more kadak. But if
Yes.
it's a more flavorsome chai, so you probably will blend the upper Assam with lower Assam, kachar and things like that.
Yes.
So prepare really nice kind of answers. Be prepared. You should have your data information free, which are, so if somebody asks you what is, uh, that flowery, what is FOP or FOBPT, prepare those things also. What's a flowery orange pico or whatever it is. What is it? Because हो सकता है कोई असम का हो या कोई चाय background वाला हो.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is Tippy golden, Tippy golden flowery orange pecos, and so, and then also which is the highest selling tea in the world, and goes into like 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh rupees a kilo kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
First flash Darjeeling, all that
Yes.
stuff you should prepare the tea sector also, because in case a question goes off into the tea sector as far as a tangent from what is your father's industry, what does he do, then you should be prepared for that. But at a good level, the fact that as a child who's in a household where all this is business, that you understand the entire system of the tea sector,
Yes.
auctions, and how it's done in a manner that will keep them engrossed, not become a boring. Is like she's coming too heavy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So you
sir.
should not come on like you should come on like an English breakfast teacup. You should not come on like a CTC. Don't make it too heavy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So go back to your DAF, and as I said, so those are the kind of questions that can happen because, as I said, that EWS and business kind of intrigued me a little bit. And so then, as I said, you studied in modern school. Is this the same modern school which is a branch of Delhi, or is it a new modern school? Now, I'm just telling you, these are the subjects as I see your DAF. And the English, science, maths, history, geography, chemistry, biology, then physiotherapy. Fine. Then Hemvati Nandan Bahuguna comes in which in your this thing. There could be questions on Mr. H. N. Bahuguna
Yes, sir.
and his family now, they are also there. Daughter is there now, and family is there. So something about Bahuguna and family, all then about Garhwal and Gumao, and so all those things you must kind of have deep knowledge about to be
Yes.
utilized only if it's required. Otherwise, don't kind of show it off.
Yes.
Now, to go back to your prize winning efforts and things like that, in your DAF, you won the second prize in just 1 second. Inter-college calligraphy competition. Now, calligraphy is something on which they could ask you. So,
Yes.
what is this art of handwriting? What's the science of handwriting? Do you know that?
Sir, sir, not knowing about why it started.
Pardon
Uh,
me.
yes, sir.
There's a science to writing. People who read handwriting.
Okay, sir.
So, there's a science to handwriting. Calligraphic, of course, is writing beautifully.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That if they were to, can you write? Are you an expert in that? So you can say yes, and you can also say if you want, you can. At least you want to show off. You can also say, if you want, I can just probably write the chairperson there. If you can give me your name, I will show you. It can be written in different ways. They might
Yes.
even give you a pen and paper and say, can you do it with that?
Yes, sir.
So uska thoda sa practice kar lo, but also get into the fact of the science of handwriting, which means when a person loops too much or puts dots or underlines and scores, there is a science to it. I don't want to talk about it. I've studied about it, but I think you should do it. That will make some sense to you.
Yes, sir.
So that is from calligraphy. Then we go on to other hobbies are लेड में तुमने LED लिख दिया, ये कैसे हो गया? अच्छा नहीं, एक ही है. ओके. लेड अंडर गंगा महासभा इसमें हो सकता है, कुछ आ सकता है. योगा पे सवाल आ सकता है.
Yes, sir.
House captaining, no. Photography, maybe no. Practicing Surya Namaskar, I don't know. Yes, I'm not too sure. But photography, yes, maybe. Fictional, non-fictional books, yes, again. Uh, who are your favorite authors? Which are your non-fictional books that you recently read? These are all very stereotype questions which can come your way, so you should be prepared. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to therefore now prepare written answers. You have to prepare written answers on at least 100 perceivable plus, as I said, conversational triggers which you should be able to see from your dad.
Yes, sir.
And it could be leading from one to the other, leading one to the other. It need not be restricted. As I said, if it's father's business, it comes to tea, then it could talk about tea. Then challenges of the plantation sector. Then it could also talk about the infiltration which is happening on the borders around the tea areas over there. So it could lead to extremism, nationalism, some of the problems that are happening around the eastern side of the country.
Yes.
क्या हो सकता है? मतलब basically you have to imagine दिमाग कहाँ कहाँ चल सकता है.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Hemati Nandan Bhogna of Uttar Pradesh, which chief minister was he? Fourth, fifth, seventh, tenth, those kind of details on him, his background. Then his daughter, and she kind of jumped parties a lot. So anything can happen. So I mean, just read all about all the data that is jumping out of your data.
Yes, sir.
Now, when I say you have to write these answers, what you have to do is you have to prepare at least a 8 to 10 minute speaking information on each of these points of data. Besides, from KingMakers Academy, in any case, they will give you a list of about 100 plus all topics, which is current affairs of the last 6 months to a year, which there will be a recall. I mean, people will have a recall around that thing, and therefore they can ask you questions.
Yes, sir.
Also, normally there'll be a blend of sociology, current affairs.
Yes,
What
sir.
is happening current affairs, which has a link to sociology, you could be asked a lot of questions on that. So you have to prepare, as I said, maybe a lot of 70, 80 topics, jo bhi hai sab kar lo. Then what is absolutely current affairs in your face, like the COP series that is happening, COP20, etc., G20, and recently all the wars which have taken place. The budget has just now been passed. It's an interim budget.
Yes, sir.
Elections are around the corner. Some Supreme Court judgments have come around electoral bonds.
Yes, sir.
These are all, like in your face current affairs. You have to prepare written answers to about 8 to 10 minutes of written material. So
Yes.
इसमें बात की जा सकती. Condense that into a 3-minute speaking, which should have your keywords. The keywords will be reflective of the fact that Neeti, while giving, and those 3 minutes also you'll not.
Yes.
Out of those 3 minutes, you will pull out a capsule of not more than 180 seconds. Not more. And spoken in not in 2 capsules of about 70 to 75 seconds each.
Yes, sir.
At the end of each capsule, you will leave at least 1 or 2 distinct conversational earthworms.
Okay, sir.
Which you will hope they will catch. And if they do, then you get into the second half. So the idea of this 3-minute, which is 180 seconds of conversation, which will have a lot of keywords out of that 10 minutes, is that if you are asked to speak on that, or if a conversational trigger comes in a direction, you will have a conversation based on this particular 3-minute alone and not on the 10-minute. And it will not be one single shot, 180 seconds. It will be about, as I said, 85 to 90 seconds, and then followed up with another 60, 65 seconds. But the words will be reflective of the fact that in these 90 plus 60 seconds, Neeti has shown that she actually can speak on this for 20 minutes if given a chance.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
But she will not speak for 20 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is what I'm trying to say. And therefore, now we get on to what I said at the beginning of the vocal. Vocal may please remember that the words silent and listen have the same alphabets. And so therefore, please silent your body, mind, and soul and listen to the conversational trigger. The eyes, as they say, sometimes perceive a glass half empty, and sometimes they see the same glass as half full.
Yes, sir.
The ears also have an innate capacity to be sometimes able to listen to what you want to listen, though it may not be the actual fact.
Yes, sir.
So please listen to the questions very carefully. Whatever be the conversations, listen to the whole conversational trigger. Try and respond to the entire conversational trigger, and the conversation on the more significant part of the conversational trigger.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
And so first is silent listen, which means you will be attentive. After that, what I'm saying that you please maintain what I call a golden pause silence of a count of about approximately 5 in your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you speak. In that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is again through practice, you will not actually be counting, but it will automatically be there. You're actually thinking and shrinking.
Yes, sir.
You're thinking out of the 10, 3, capsule 1, capsule 2. And then you're speaking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, that again will not obviously happen in UPSC Bhavan, room number whatever. This will happen in Neeti's home, sitting in front of a mirror.
Yes, sir.
You have to talk. You have to sit and talk.
Yes, sir.
So what you have to do is about 200, if you've already done it, fine, 200, 250 odd topics. Reduce it down to a written 2.5 minute, 3 minute paragraph with those keywords, mug them up so that it becomes part of you. You don't have to. And then based on the conversational trigger, as I said, silently listen. And then, as I said, maintain that pause, think and shrink, and then speak in capsules.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, thinking and shrinking is a very, very, very important aspect of it. I keep think and shrink. You must have something to shrink from. If you're already shrink, तो फिर क्या करोगे?
Yes, sir.
So prepare a lot of data, a lot of information,
Yes, sir.
and start think like as if you're in the IAS panel. So once you start thinking like if you're in the IAS panel, you'll be in a position to understand as to what are the triggers which possibly mind thinks like this.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions up to this point?
Sir, like I have written my one of my hobby as reading non-fictional books, and in recent times I have read all these books by foreign authors. So should I read some Indian authors' book also?
Maybe,
Okay,
if you want to, but otherwise, uh, sometimes the question could be that who's your favorite Indian non-fiction?
okay, sir. Okay. So,
हो
okay, sir.
सकता है, कभी-कभी हो सकता है सवाल. So it's good to read at least maybe one or two, or you can mention several that are there, the genre of books that you are in this thing, but which is the one that you've read most, who's inspired you most, and then you can talk about it. So
Okay,
I
sir.
think it's worth it. It's worth it. But there could be questions on who are your favorite non-fictional authors, who's your favorite author, and can you tell about the last book that you read? Now, please again prepare a written answer in terms of the fact that it should be exciting and not boring
Yes, yes,
and restricted to time. I mean, they don't want, it's not like it's not like a lit fest that you're sitting and then you can talk for 20 minutes on that book.
yes.
So, in
Uh,
case they want to know more, you can always leave a couple of conversational earthworms and then you can do it.
okay, sir. Sir, in questions like there was a question in transcript, like what are the steps being taken to reduce Ganga pollution? So, sir, in such type of questions, can we start our answer by saying that apart from taking several of the legislative and policy Mami Gange mein,
I would
and
say them.
okay, sir.
I
Because sir,
would say,
completely
एक तो
sir,
आप, I think in every 5 seconds,
okay.
which you have to knock off
Yes, sir.
in the steps that are taken. These are all symptoms of uncertainty. I'm not saying that you're uncertain, but sometimes when you are using these words like uh, maybe, like, like again is a word which a lot of you children use. I don't know for what reason, but whether it's probably because of your Facebook where you're supposed to like things and click the like button or unlike or whatever it is. I don't know. So it's now become part of vocabulary, but it's a irritant, and this happened like he went over there like.
Okay, sir. Noted, sir.
तो उस फंडा ये है कि अब आपको नीति शीशे के सामने बैठ के बातें करनी
Yes.
I'm saying I think you've broadened the whole horizon for me, actually. Let me be very honest. What are the steps being taken for pollution, removal of pollution in, let's say, water bodies, of which maybe Ganga, because it's like Ganga is part. So what you're looking at is, specific. So I would answer this question now that you have given the trigger. You said, sir, the various levels at which actions are being taken for the cleaning up of rivers. I would basically divide it into three. One is, let's say, if you can say, legislative action, this action, and on-ground action. On the legislative side, not specific to Ganga, or let's say institutionalization. One is legislative, number two is institutional, number three at ground level.
Yes, sir.
At the legislative level, even at the Supreme Court, the following laws and regulations have been passed. At the institutional level, institutions have now specifically been created to take up the responsibility of this Ganga Clean Authority or Clean Ganga, whatever you are specific to the level of this thing is whatever actions you're talking, like dingies, what scrubbers, etc. actions that are being taken.
Yes, sir.
And again, at ground level, you could say there are two kinds of actions which are being taken. One is preventive, the other is curative. Preventive actions, this is being done. Curative action. And if you would like to throw in people's participation in this entire thing, but then I would leave a conversational earthworm to say, but of course, a lot of these things have also been possible because of immense people's participation. And pause.
Okay, sir.
So then a question could be, could you either elaborate on the legislative things, or you ultimately mentioned about people's participation. Can you tell about some NGOs which have done immensely good work in terms of people participation, in terms of either Ganga or cleaning up of any of the water bodies?
Yes, sir.
So I think it's a damn good idea. You've enlarged, in fact, my scope, because I was seriously thinking only at a physical level. You've taken it up to a level which is more deep. Mention all of them.
Okay, sir.
So you don't have to say, because then you are yourself restricting it to a lower level of understanding. Apart from the actions which are taken, let's say, at the legislative level and at the creation of institution level, the physical actions on ground which are being taken are, you say that. So you can say, you start by saying that I would like to highlight three levels. First is the legislative, and that's why you use your hand. First is the legislative level, where these legislations have been passed. Number two, creation of institution or institutional efforts. These things have been done, where you could also include a little bit of R&D if you want to. And number three, you could say at physical ground level. And there you could say again, subdivided into preventive actions and curative actions. तो उसमें बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा. But as I said, anything which you know a lot about it, but you're capturing it in 3 minutes is absolutely brilliant.
Okay, sir. And in some of the questions in which we not know the exact answer, and we are sure that we are not knowing the answer. So, sir, can we briefly say what we know and starting that? Okay, sir.
I told you I don't know the damn good answer.
Okay, sir. Sir, can we start by answering that limited knowledge or? Okay, sir.
Who's interested in your limited knowledge? Unless the panel consists of your family.
Yes, sir.
They are select. See, please understand. When I said congratulations to you, from 7.5 lakhs, you were down to 14,624. From 14,624, you're down now to 2,600 odd. But ultimately, it's still 1,100 odd, which will make it. And 1,600 will start 7 lakh prelims.
Yes, sir.
So, and out of that 1,100, I want you to be Neeti in the top 200, if not less.
Yes, sir.
So, why get into a ground? अपने मतलब अपने स्लिपरी ग्राउंड को खुद ही दिखा रहे हैं साहब, हमारा स्लिपरी ग्राउंड है ये, हमें थोड़ा बहुत मालूम है लेकिन हम उसमें जा रहे हैं. अब आप उसमें चले तो यहाँ पे भी फिसल गए, वहां पे फिसल गए. इससे अच्छा भाई आई डोंट नो, आगे चलो, उतार पकड़ो.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
They will see. It's I don't know is a very good answer. That's what I said again and again. It's a very respectful and honest answer. Only give yourself time to think about it a little bit before you say it, and not just blurt out, "No, I don't know." Because which could be disrespectful. So think about it, and then if nothing gets, so never say with my limited knowledge can I say. So I'm saying with my limited knowledge, would you have written this down?
No, sir.
So why every answer has to be limited and consciously write down. I will not actually. You don't even use word like actually, factually, truthfully.
Yes, sir.
Because truthfully, because all your answers are supposed to be that. You don't have to keep reiterating it. The more you reiterate these words, फिर लोगों को डाउट लगता है कि यार ऐसा तो नहीं कि बाकी जो जवाब दे रही थी ये एक्चुअल फैक्चुअल ट्रूथफुल नहीं थे.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
So
Got it.
don't. It's still 1.1 to 1.6 or 11 out of 16 ratio.
Yes, sir.
And every mark counts.
Yes, sir.
Towards the end, and every mark, there are 8 to 10 children.
Yes, sir.
और आपको कोई जैसे मैं तो बड़ा सिंपल बोलता हूँ यार. देखो मैं बड़ा क्रूड टाइप का एग्जांपल देता हूँ. वो प्रोग्राम देती है कौन बने करोड़पति.
Yes, sir.
उसमें वो कुर्सी होती है, कोई कुर्सी है. उसमें जब वो फास्टेस्ट फिंगर फर्स्ट में जब वो किसी का आ जाता है कि टे हुआ, अच्छा किसका देखा किसका होता है, अच्छा एंड फाइल फास्टेस्ट फिंगर फर्स्ट पे, अब आगे आगे बैठेंगे विवेक हरि नारायण. उस आदमी का क्या रिएक्शन होता है?
Sir, happy.
नहीं, हैप्पी नहीं होता. यू डोंट हैव टू अंडरस्टेट इट. पागल हो जाते हैं,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
है ना. जमीन पे कुछ गिर जाते हैं, कोई रोने लग जाते हैं, उनके माँ बाप वहां छत पे बैठे ऊपर होते हैं तो रोने लग जाते हैं.
Yes, sir.
इट्स नॉट क्लियर. इट्स नॉट दिस. इट्स लाइक मतलब हो
Yes.
गया. My You think of the fact that UPSC has given you the opportunity to go and sit in that chair. Instead of Amitabh Bachchan, there are 5 Amitabh Bachchan sitting
Yes.
in front of you. और शो का नाम है
Yes.
KBCS, कौन बनेगा सिविल सर्वेंट. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
और आप उसमें से जब विजय होके निकले तो आप करोड़पति नहीं, आप करोड़पति बनेंगे. अब आप मुझे बताइए अगर इसको आप उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखिए तो हाउ विल यू गो टुवर्ड दैट चेयर? विल यू गो टुवर्ड दैट चेयर मतलब मुरझाया हुआ मरा हुआ चेहरा लेके कह रहे बस पहुंच गए यार?
Yes, sir.
कुछ थोड़ा ट्रेपिडेशन डाउट हो सकता है जब उस पहले 15-20 सेकंड में जब आप जाके वहां पर बैठी, लेकिन 25 मिनट के बाद तो मतलब ये है कि बॉस आखिरी सवाल का भी जवाब दे दिया, 7 करोड़ का जवाब दे दिया. So you have to go out you have to go in anticipation of a celebration. You have to come out experiencing that celebration. So my
Yes.
last point to you is please exit with more gloriousness than which you entered. So
Yes.
Neeti Agrawal, your time is up. Thank you so much. Please remember to thank them. I accept your thanks, but I should be the one thanking you because I really enjoyed. That's when you look into the eyes of everyone and said, I really enjoyed spending this 25 to 30 minutes speaking and learning from so much of you. My best wishes to all of you for the rest of the day. Uska bhi practice karo. Namaskar. और हंसते हुए आराम से उठ के जाओ कि जीत गए. Practice your exit more than what you will practice. There are 2-3 things which I say which are very controversial. One is, it's not as important how you start your conversation. It's far more important how you stop your conversation. Damn difficult. But sometimes गले को पकड़ना पड़ता है, बस अब रोकना है, नहीं बोलते जाना है. और एक कॉन्वर्सेशनल अर्थवर्म पे ऐसे लाके रोकना है जहां पे वो आदमी को लगे कि यार ये रुक क्यों गई, बोलो ना और उसके आगे तो बोलो, बट आपको रोकना है.
Got it, sir.
Not easy.
Yes, sir.
Not easy at all. I keep Dehradun. I hope to see you as a civil servant in the state of Uttarakhand, where my batchmate Ravi Shankar was the chief secretary. And I have some very dear friends over there. I come there because I sit on the board of Woodstock School and some of the organizations which are there in Mussoorie and Dehradun.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
अच्छा, ये जो मुस्कान आपने अभी एंड में मुझे क्यों दी, पहले क्यों नहीं दी? थ्रू आउट मतलब आप बिल्कुल मुस्कुराई नहीं एक दफे भी.
Sir, I was little bit nervous.
क्यों भाई?
Sir.
मैं तो आपके पिता से भी बड़ा हूँ. I'm sure at 68 I'm sure I'm elder to your father.
Sir, he's 55 years old. Yes, sir.
हाँ तो बच्चे हो तो मेरे साथ.
Yes,
मेरा
sir.
लड़का 40 साल का है.
Mhm.
बेटा ये मुस्कुराता हुआ चेहरा ही लेके जाना, ये फतेह करके आना है. ये केबीसी का खेल है, कौन बनेगा सिविल सर्वेंट.
Yes, sir.
Without or without looking silly. your smile, your mind, and especially when obviously you can't, smile when you're talking about, let's say, what are the reasons for all the tectonic shifts which have taken place in the place where you live, Uttarakhand and thereabout. You can't be saying, they said the tectonic shifts, because it's a matter of seriousness.
Yes.
People have died and towns have been vacated. But it's a conversation.
Yes.
In a conversation, there are moments when you're on a high, on a conversation when you're on a low. It should all reflect from your face. It's not just, as I said, man, bar. It's not your mouth alone. It's not like that AI generated pictures that we come with all the actors and actresses on the screen now. You see,
Yes, sir.
this is a human beings who are sitting there, and they also react to that humanness in you.
Yes, sir.
So now your job for the next 2.5 to 3 weeks is just sit in front of the mirror, answer the question, look where you're looking absolutely yourself. I am looking the best aspect of NEETI Agrawal, and being able to reflect all the characteristics which are expected from a civil servant. Try and multiply that and multiplicate. Just become, you don't have to think. It's like driving, when you go and learn how to drive. When you start, the coach tells you, ab apna pair uthao accelerator se, and a brake pe rakho. Talking, let's say, an automated, non-automated vehicle, a geared vehicle. अब क्लच दबाओ, अब ये करो, अब ये करो, अब थोड़ी देर बाद वो चुप हो जाता है, फिर आप कंट्रोल। अब जब आप ड्राइव करते हो, यू डोंट थिंक कि जब कोई सामने सडनली को आने लगता है, या लगता है एक बेवकूफ किस्म का शख्स जा रहा है, हो सकता है भटक के हमारे रास्ते में आ जाए, तो ये थोड़ी देर दिमाग थोड़ी कहता कि अब नीति अग्रवाल पैर उठाओ, क्लच दबाओ। इट जस्ट हैपेंस यार।
Yes.
So that's it. Get into that mode that it just happens and it's you.
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है?
Got it. Yes.
Any doubt, beta? You have my telephone number 9940132323. हो गया?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
99401323. Give me a message. This is my WhatsApp number. You can
Okay.
just say Neeti Agrawal from Dehradun. We just had a conversation, sir.
Yes.
And then show me your dress, show me your this thing. And as I said, a couple of videos if you would like to share about on various things that we have talked about. इसको अगर ऐसे करें तो क्या करें? We still have
Okay, sir.
time till the 8th of March. Maybe we can have another quick half an hour, 1 or 2 sessions on anything specific which you feel कि सर इस पे तो लगता है सवाल आएगा ही आएगा. Of course, things like why do you want to join the service, and you, as I said, from specialization to generalization. It's in a way he's asking you why do you want to join civil service, which is a generalist service. But he's asking that instead having done a specialization, why do you want to join? So there's no course which is like Bachelor of Civil Service. Everybody specializes in something. I mean, even if you're a commerce, you're a commerce. Why are you specialized? Even if you're doing medicine, you're this thing. Even if you're an IIT, you're a specialist. So इस तरह से हर एक आदमी किसी ना किसी specialize करता है, but it's the idea of using the specialized knowledge into a general application for the larger good of people.
Yes, sir.
That's why people flock to it. So it's something I'm sure, but please prepare that, not the stereotype about I want to serve the nation and all those things. Be
Yes.
honest about it. And I think a good answer today would also be the fact that it's apart from the opportunity that it provides you to be able to serve a very large segment of people, it's a very respectful job.
Yes.
And it's a very financially stable job. Nothing wrong with that, saying that. I think
Okay.
it's one of probably the most financially stable, respectful opportunity to serve job.
Yes, sir.
And why wouldn't anyone? I mean, that's the reason why I would like to be part of that. ठीक है, चलिए, all the best. There are some more students
Thank you
waiting
so
for
much.
me. All the best.
Yes.
Have a good
Thank you.
night. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.